shortly. I want to welcome this evening a very distinguished gentleman, Rabbi Shimshon Grossman, Dr. Grossman, doctorate. A pleasure to have you, Rabbi Shimshon, joining our minyan. Thank you very much. Also, our animal Malmalke will be in Mirza Hashem, Moisur Shabbos Kodesh, Shabbos Nachmu. That will be in the English state. It will be August 4th. And shortly, preparations for Malmalke will be in high gear. And you'll feel throughout the anticipation for the upcoming event, you'll feel shortly throughout the community. Today's this Shabbos Sedri, Emor Kedoshim, underlines in a very unique and unusual way, underlines the reverence, Yirah Shamayim, Yosef Malakecha, the fear, the Rebbeinu Shalom. And it mentions it after two voices, after two things that are forbidden, which would seem that it wouldn't require a to reverence for the Lord. It would seem like a natural law that someone like Shekal Cherish, if they ever sees a michshol, that you shouldn't curse a deaf individual, and you shouldn't put a stumbling block in front of a blind person. It seems something that's so perverted, almost sadistic, to take advantage of somebody's affliction, that has to be underlined and ended with the injunction. This injunction should be ended with erasing that you fear the Rebbeinu. Fear of the Almighty. We require for something for something like that. There was a balagola, or a wagon driver, was driving along, and had a passenger, and on the road he noticed a nice bundle of hay. He stopped his wagon and he looked in both directions, and he jumped off the wagon, quickly scooped up the bundle of hay and threw it on his wagon and whipped the horse, and they started moving on. So the passenger said to him, Bertie Mizet. Bertie said, Mizet, they see. So he starts to whip the horse with all his might, and the horse is speeding on, and he keeps looking backwards, and after there was quite a distance from him where the crime took place, where he is now, he still didn't see anybody trailing him. So he says to Bertie, he says to the passenger, he says, who saw? He says, the Rabbi Shalom saw. Pooh! He says, you're frightened the daylights out of me. I thought you maybe the farmer or player saw. Let's say about Yerushalayim. There's in this week's Sedri, from the forbidden relations, is Ishalach Choisol Eshikach. That it's forbidden for someone, we're talking in the Talmudic, in the pre-Talmudic era, a man was permitted to marry more than once. Then the Chemra Berigation came in place, and it was forbidden to have more than one wife. We say in jest that the problem was, it wasn't so much having a second wife, the problem was having a second shviger, to condemn with two mother-in-laws or more. So that said, it's forbidden to Isha Choisol Esikach, a wife, Isha wife, Ela Choisa, to her sister, he shouldn't marry. It seems the injunction, the Surei Biyah, the injunction was forbidden is if someone is married, so he's not permitted to marry her sister as well. So grammatically in Al Pi Yisrael, it should have been stated, expressed differently. It should have said, Achois, the sister Avisha of your wife, you shouldn't take a wife for. It should have stated reverse. We're talking about that once this one is his wife, then to marry her sister. The wife is mentioned the sister first and then his wife. It's a very, very beautiful Gemara. We're all men of intelligence and Torah scholars, so you'll be able to follow this. Just to give to Chanukah Sateirib, The Rabbi Herschel, he says like this here. There's a Gemara in Psachim. Psachim tells like the following. My Dechshiv says in Posik, that Yitzchak Avinu, he was weaned, he matured, and he was weaned. Gemara says, Osir HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Rebbeinu Shalom, in future time, he's going to make a special feast. Yigomer Chesed in Tzadikim and Zari Shel Yitzchak, to repay the seed of Yitzchak, of Isaac, and repay for everything, how they served the Almighty. At that feast, the Gemara says that they're going to, after they enjoyed all the delicacies, so they're going to ask Avraham Avinu be present, Abraham, the patriarch. They're going to ask him that he should say grace after the meal. He should levarach, he should bench. He's going, the Gemara says, he'll disqualify himself, he said, because Zara, he had a son which was not really, didn't do nachas and pride him. He had a son Shmuel. Then they'll turn to they'll turn to Yitzchak, Isaac, and he said he'll also disqualify himself, he said, because I had a son Esau. Then they'll turn to Yaakov Avinu. And Yaakov Avinu is going to reply, he'll say, I also have to be disqualified because Masosi, I married two sisters, Yosef HaRav Moshe. I married two sisters, and after the stand at Mount Sinai, when we're going to receive the commandments, it's going to be forbidden to marry two sisters during their lifetime. So the first reference for this forbidden union of marrying two sisters is mentioned by Yaakov Avinu. Yaakov Avinu was, through a ploy, through trickery, he intended marrying Rachel, but woman Arami, the swindler, he tricked him into marrying, and he replaced Rachel with Leah, with the other one. So he really intended marrying Rachel. So that was going to be Isha, that was going to be his wife, really, in Pita. And Loman Arami, he tricked him into taking Achoisa, the sister, to her. So yeah, this is what the Torah, it refers to that incident. Isha Achoisa, that the reference, the incident by Yaakov Avinu, where he married someone first who really was not who he intended, and who it was all arranged, and it was already decided that this was going to be his mate, and through trickery, Lavan placed, in place of Rachel, he placed Leah. Chanan B'Akasha Omer, Ratzach V'Yishmoch L'Zaki Shes Yisrael, V'Fikach Hiblam Torah Mitzvah, Shnemar, Adonai Chovetz Ma'atzivkoi, Yad V'Torah V'Yad.